Obviously there's a lot of wood left for this project. Now that I've lowered my piece of wood down, so I like to keep everything, of course, within my reach, which is why I have my shop designed the way it is for me to work. And I want to blend things, of course. I'm looking up here at working in, of course, an upper figure. And what I have in mind is, which of course is always subject to change, but roughly right about in there is where I want to get my facial features. I've gone ahead and sketched in to this just slightly what I wanted, of course, what I'm going to try to accomplish. Within just a few minutes of carving and roughing this out, of course, all my drawing came off. And as I cut into the piece of wood, there's a lot more white wood in here than I anticipated. See where I'm starting to come into the redwood right here and up in here. So I'm going to do a little bit of work down on this, see if I can get more of the red to expose itself, and then I'll concentrate on how I want to feature this carving then. But like I said before, I don't want to make them look too stiff. I want to turn them a little, and I want this guy to look in this direction, so I'll work on that. And of course chips will fly, so I'll be right back. I think my rough out on here was pretty successful. I've gotten into my red areas, which is what I was hoping for. There's a little more whitewood in there than I had anticipated, but that's part of carving wood. You never know what you're going to get. And up above, I haven't really decided yet what I'm going to do here. Because of the white color in the wood, and the Native Americans association with eagles, a bald eagle would fit in very well here, because I think I can get the beak into the white yellowish wood. Same with the bald eagle having the white feathers and so on would look really awesome up there. And if we go then with the the buffalo horns and so on, so I see a lot of potential yet with this, and I want to push it for potential. I want to put as much into this piece of wood as I can, because for a couple of reasons. One being, wood's hard to come by, and so I want to maximize to the best of my ability this piece of wood and make it turn out into just an absolute showpiece, or a showstopper as I call it, one that people will want to stop and really look at all the work that's been put into it. Hello. Well, you could say that, yeah, the chips are flying today. Now, part two of this carving in Juniper, of course, I'm going to try to get some nice detail into this upper piece and make it blend into with my mountain man. And as you can tell, I like the color of this wood a lot. Now, because there isn't a wood finish on it yet, it's not really showing it as much as it will. Because of the white wood, I thought I would try to put like a bald eagle up here and get that good yellow or white color on the head and beak of the bald eagle. And then as we cut into it, eventually we'll get into the reddish wood, and we'll just take it as it comes. And that's kind of the beauty of the Juniper, is seeing what happens. Now I'm liking the mountain man. Got a little bit of white on his eyebrows, and as you can tell, the eagle is starting to get shaded out and develop a little bit. I shouldn't say shaded, but you can see the shades is what I meant to say. And colors are good. Got some depth in the mouth. You can see that starting to show up. My eyes are pretty much set. So it's coming along. It's definitely, this is a lot of work. It's a hard wood compared to cottonwood, but it's way worth it when you get a good result. Been kind of a long day working on this thing, but it's definitely got some depth. It's getting there. I'm about ready to set the eyes for this one, and I think that the color of the Juniper is going to be outrageous when I get the wood finish on it. That's really what makes it worthwhile. But it's a workout. I've got an idea. I'm going to put the horns in up here, and I do that a lot. You've probably seen that in some of my other wood carvings, but I also want to make a pipe. And I've got one cut out, and this kind of gives you an idea. if I make a pipe to match this face, one with the buffalo horns, I kind of have a little horn drawn on there, and then that'll kind of be the front of it, and then a mountain man one, because it has a little bit of the white in the wood here. A mountain man pipe, and just a few things like that that really add a real zip to a wood carving. So I do kind of think outside the log a little bit. I got a little bit of cedar here that'll kind of match my juniper. So I'm thinking, oh, I'll probably run the grain like so, and I'll figure out that I want to have a couple of buffalo horns in here, which I'll saw out on my bandsaw. So we'll kind of figure probably a horn like that on each side and go from there. Well, that's a pretty good sized horn. Maybe might have to make that a little bit smaller. I'll do one more. Got my horns cut out of cedar. Of course, they got to be carved down. But thinking, no, we'll go in there, something like that. Get them all rounded off. That ought to look good. So definitely, we're thinking outside the log a little bit. So we're taking kind of a narrow wood carving, and this adds a lot to it. I can't say I've enjoyed the experience of making these horns all that much. Woo, that was all kinds of no fun. But I'm getting them there. And we'll get them on. I'll make that carving look huge. Much bigger than what it is. But wow, this is cedar. I didn't think cedar was going to be that hard to carve. I have never made a pair of horns in cedar. And I may not ever again. I like the way they look, so I'm happy with that. Now, like I've said earlier, when the wood finishes on this will really look nice. So we're getting there. Ha! Yeah, baby. Woo! I think I'm taking the rest of the day off. This carving has taken on a lot of side projects. The horns. That was an effort. Now the pipe's coming along. I like the way it looks. It's similar. I got some nice white wood in it. There's the pipe. It needs a little work yet, but it's coming along. It's kind of matches my guy. We'll see how that goes. This has turned into a long and involved project. I carved a little mountain man pipe. I thought, you know, just because, I'll put the mountain man up here. And that should do. And for down here, I carved a pipe to match the one above. And I thought, you know what? It's just my way of doing things to put that one right there. I guess something like that is the way it'll go. Yeah, a little wood finisher makes a difference in the way the colors come out. Juniper has such a beautiful wood grain. This was really a hard piece of wood though to carve. I was kind of surprised. It took a lot longer than I'd hoped that it would. It's all said and done, and we'll see what happens.